Let me ask you this one. What do you get attacked for the most?
Okay, so I was just writing about this today in my new book. There's three types of attackers that I found. The first one is a hater,
Of course.
and they're just hating for almost no reason.
Haters gonna hate.
And they're going to be like, you're a quack, you're a snake oil salesman, blah, blah, blah.
Hmm.
The second one is a debater. So they think that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
The third kind is the real bad kind. And that's what I call a vigilante.
Hmm.
They think that I'm legit dangerous.
Oh, I see.
And so they get on their high horse and they think that they're doing society a service by trying to get rid of me. And so those are the people that report me to social media, or they make threats. A lot of times I get indirect threats. So, for example, it might be, and I quote, "I can't wait till someone puts a bullet through this guy's head,"
That's crazy.
right? Or, "I'm going to," and I quote, "I'm going to see to it that this guy never spreads misinformation on social media again." So these are what I call vigilantes. And they get on their, they put on their fake police uniform and they're like, "I gotta stop this guy."
Yeah.
And they become obsessed. And these are the people that, you know, slow things down a little bit. But truly, if somebody wanted to come get me, it would be the medical system, who can just hire a hitman. I mean, it's not hard.
Yeah.
They have the money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel as though that is more likely to happen if you get to a certain amount of popularity.
Yes.
The more targets you're going to have on your head from the
Yes.
people that have money to lose, essentially, and influence to lose. Yeah, so I think the more popular you're going to get, the more it's going to happen, unfortunately, and you already know that.
Yeah. And it's going to happen soon too, even more, because my TikTok and my Facebook are growing like crazy. The Instagram doesn't grow. I don't know why.
I mean,
But
Instagram's weird.
so the Facebook and the TikTok are growing 50 to 60,000 new people a month.
Mm.
That's a lot of new people coming on, being introduced to me and head to toe healing.
Yeah.
And, it's only a matter of time before we start hitting millions of followers.
And then from there, it's exponential.
It's not going to stop. I mean, it's obvious it's not going to stop because it keeps going and going and going and going and going. And so it's my responsibility to be a visionary and think ahead in order to
Exactly.
provide and protect for not just me, but for my whole team, because they're making the sacrifice too by hanging out with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess I am too, right here.
So,
It's okay.
It's an interesting little adventure. It's
Yeah.
not like being a plumber.
Yeah, right. I'm just saying, like, what you're doing is very virtuous, and I think that is something to hold special in your being. Like, what you're really doing is something special, man. And that adventure, I think, is something that is worth it, as we spoke of before. It's like, we sacrifice so we can live a life that is worth it. And yeah, I can imagine you wouldn't want to live any other way, right? You wouldn't want it any other way at this point.
Yeah, no, the only issue, honestly, is money,
Mm-hmm.
because if the fame if the fame goes higher than the finances,
Oh, yeah,
then you don't
exactly.
have the money to get the proper security.
Yeah.
So
Mm,
as it stands right now, in order to have proper security, you're looking at anywhere from 50 to 100 grand a month.
that's crazy. Wow.
So that's
Yeah.
another level of being rich.
Yeah.
And we're just not doing numbers like that yet. But yet the fame is growing. So that's a little awkward situation. Like, I was downtown West Hartford the other day, and um, walking, and this woman recognized me, and she's having dinner with her husband or boyfriend or whatever, and she jumped right up. Oh my God, it's you! Blah blah blah. She just left her man right there, and so I'm not worried about her. I can feel the love, but I'm like, what about your guy? You just left your guy, and he's probably like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Because it's not. I'm not super famous where the whole street is going to be like, oh my God, Dr. Reese, but it's just this one person. But the man that she's sitting down to have dinner with, you got to look at it from his perspective.
Exactly.
And he's like, why is my lady running over to this guy all excited? And so now that puts me into a little position with the husbands and the boyfriends and the this and the that.
Yeah, that's the power of truth right there.
So it's happening more and more. The social media is starting to bleed out into real life, and so I get recognized at Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, and things like that. The high end grocery stores, and this could happen anywhere in the world. The social media is so powerful.
Yeah, you never know who's holding a knife or who's holding a gun.
No, you really don't. Man. You really don't. And, somebody could just walk up to you and just be like, what you're saying is wrong. And I mean, it could be a whole thing, So it's an adventure.
It's an adventure, to say the least. Oh, man. Whoa. Hey, man. Well, I appreciate you approaching life in that way and kind of just knowing what you're putting yourself through, but you still do it. You still go through it, And yeah, that's awesome that you do that, man. I don't know. We need more people like that, to almost what's the word I'm looking for? Realize there's something greater than your life in some kind of way, like to live for something else other than just yourself, like you're living for others in some kind of way. As you said, the testimonials speak for themselves. Like
they're the best, man. They're the best. That's what we do this for, man. I'm telling you, our scoreboard is based off of those video testimonies. That's cool. How we know we're doing something, and that's what makes it worth it. That's what makes the death threats worth it. That's what makes getting debanked. Just imagine getting a letter in the mail saying, get your money out in 7 days. That's
pretty wild. Yeah. What was that over? I think I asked you that question, but is it too much to go over?
No, the letter just said you violated our policies.
That's it? Just
That's it.
Nothing specific? Okay.
Nope. It was generic and short and swift. And at the bottom of the letter, it didn't have a name. It just said, sincerely, the bank.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Was this during the vaccine era?
No, it was just last March.
Wow. Yeah, man. And this whole system that you're fighting against, it's all almost like one entity. You could look at it as the banking system and the healthcare system but it's all one group, and they're calling the shots and they have the control over all of us at the end of the day. I mean, we still have the control. We still definitely have sovereignty here. You just gotta pick your battles and play a sort of 5D chess with it,
There's more of us than there are of them.
Exactly.
It's just most people are kind of asleep to everything.